The Dragons. That's a fun mascot.
That is a fun one.
That was my high school mascot and junior high.
Oh, wow.
The Dragons.
Ooh, that's edgy. Dragons are
Very cool.
Your high school and Driscoll have something in common.
They do.
Yeah, and those kids, they were wonderful.
Yeah.
It was the middle school kids that I talked about the weather with. We really shared a passion, a good amount of us, and I created a cloud in a bottle and talked about tornadoes, but also talked about how you become a meteorologist. What type of college degrees do you need? And where the path that I took to get where I am today. And so it was a lot of fun here at Driscoll. I'm going to step off one more time so we can see some of the kids. Now, I didn't get group photos with all of the classes, but this is just 2 of them. And so shout out to everyone for being so engaging and welcoming. It was a really fun time there in Driscoll, and hopefully y'all had a fun time as well. We definitely have some future meteorologists in the pack there. And one thing that was a very popular question was hail. How does hail form? Well, that's updrafts in thunderstorms that are really strong. That comes along with lots of heat, but also wind shear, and then the wind shear can lead to tornadoes, but hail is something we're watching for in the forecast as we look ahead to the weekend. So that does include our Saturday evening and into the overnight hours. Those storms could produce some pretty strong hail. As that updraft is really strong, what happens is there's additional layers of water that accumulate on our ice crystals, and it starts to create the hailstone. As it travels up and down and up and down, eventually it gets so large that it is too heavy for the updraft to support it, and that hailstone falls down to the surface. So for the rest of tonight, the target area for potential hail is well to our north. That's going to be the Texas Panhandle and into Oklahoma. Tomorrow, it stays well to our north as well, mostly targeting areas again into northeast Texas and Oklahoma. But this area right here into San Angelo, that's an area I want to talk about coming up. But then look what happens Saturday. That threat shifts a little bit further south and does include the coastal bend. And so here's what we're tracking. A dry line is the reason for the storms throughout the day today, but I thought, anyway, what we do need to know is that our spring break outlook still looks warm. Additionally, we do have some weekend storms to talk about, and a cold front could bring some storms midweek into spring break. We'll have breezy conditions with a standard 2 to 4 foot wave for the most part. We'll keep an eye on that cold front, how it may impact our wave action. But overall, afternoon high tide is going to be nearing around 1.5 feet as we head into this weekend following our full moon and the eclipse, right? And so that will be something we're keeping an eye on. Now, here's Futurecast. This is what I really want to point out. We have the dry line with those thunderstorms scattered along the dry line. As these storms continue to push to the north with the warm front lifting north, they're going to target mostly Oklahoma tonight. We pretty much have a decent amount of dry time on Friday, but it's right here where the dry line and the cold front mix there near San Angelo overnight into Saturday morning. That's where we're going to see some thunderstorms developing. Then watch what happens into Saturday. The cold front is going to push south. Along this cold front boundary, we're going to have several waves of energy travel along the cold front. This front is going to stall there near San Antonio Saturday evening. And so if the front makes it further south into Corpus Christi, we could be seeing this thunderstorm. But if it stays to our north, most of the higher impact activity is going to stay to our north as well. So now this is paused at midnight. That storm will continue to move off to the east. And then additionally, we could see a surface low develop in the wake of that front and keep us with some rain into Sunday. But this is all contingent on how far south this stationary boundary makes it. As far as today and tomorrow goes, and overnight into tomorrow, we're still going to be pretty windy. Windy continues to be the name of the game on our Thursday and on our Friday. Overnight lows staying there in the 70s once again. Friday highs back in the mid-80s. Winds sustained up to 25 miles per hour. Gusts once again are going to be 30 to 40 miles per hour, really 35 to 40 miles per hour. That's as early as 9 a.m. and that will continue through about 8 p.m. into tomorrow evening. In your 7-day forecast, that stationary front brings us that risk of severe weather. Again, spring weather is also in our clock spring forward. So at Saturday night into Sunday, you're going to lose an hour of sleep. unfortunately, but then temperatures, they do remain fairly warm as we continue into spring break.
Set the clocks forward, not back, or you're really going to be in a world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
forward.
nice, though.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Spring weather, all at once, so you shouldn't forget.
Good news, most electronics do it on their own nowadays.
Yeah.
That's right. All right.